If I could go back 5 years and talk to myself before I launched my business, oh my God, there are so many things that I would have done differently. Honestly, some of them, they could have saved me a ton of stress, a lot of time wasted, and a whole lot of burnout. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 biggest things that I wish I had known before starting my business. Everything from systems to scaling and navigating the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, a content creator, or thinking about launching your own business, this is for you. Hi, my name is Katrina Labar. I'm a social media coach and business mentor. I help entrepreneurs, creators, and business owners build their brands, grow their authority, and scale their online business on social media. I started my business over 5 years ago, coaching and mentorship, and let me tell you, it's been a wild ride. But the lessons that I've learned along the way are priceless. And I don't want you to have to learn some of them the hard way like I had to do. So buckle up and let's dive into it. The first lesson I wish I hadn't done is focusing on my systems and organization. When I first launched my business, I had 0 systems in place. My documents and workbooks or anything for my clients were all over the place on different platforms. It was absolute chaos. I literally had to dig through multiple platforms just to figure out what I had done, what was due, what was needed to be sent to a client, and what was coming in next. I highly recommend getting organized early, and I'm sure if you're type A, this is no problem for you. But as a type B girly, I struggle with this, and it has caused me a lot of headaches. So your systems are the foundation of your business. And when I say systems, I don't just mean complicated software. I mean having one central hub for everything: your client info, contracts, content calendars, finances, tasks, everything in one place. I recommend finding a platform that you love and start small and commit to it. For example, the 2 platforms that I love that I would recommend you checking out are Honeybook and Notion. And I'll link them below for you to check out. Honeybook is an amazing platform for client database, contracts, files, templates, and Notion I love to use as my second brain. I have my journal prompts in there, my content calendar, my client portals, my vision board. It is a great space for creatives to use and stay organized. This is gonna help your mental energy, reduce errors, and allow you to focus on growth instead of putting out fires because you can't find your contracts to send to your clients. Trust me, your future self will thank you for this. The next lesson is to hire a mentor early. I wish I hired someone way sooner than I actually did. I thought I could figure it all out on my own. I had the ambition, but I didn't have the guidance, and I was just winging it while I was scaling my business. And guess what happened? I ended up hitting a ceiling and burning out. Now, if I hired someone while I was in momentum building my business, they could have prevented me from hitting that ceiling, and I would have probably built a stronger foundation in my business to sustain the growth that I had. And having a mentor early gives you the perspective, keeps you accountable, and helps you avoid mistakes that will cost you time, money, and a lot of energy. But this is my tip for you when you do hire someone. Please don't just copy someone's formula because it is working for them. Learn from them, but adapt what works for you. Your business shouldn't be a cookie cutter of someone else's success. Learn and build your own formula that works for you, because sometimes it will put you in a box because it doesn't align with your framework and it's not going to work for everyone. But my tip for you is to identify someone in your industry who is where you want to be, that's 1 to 3 years ahead of you. Ask for guidance, mentorship, or even a paid program that they have. Take their principles and adjust them for your style, your audience, your business model, and it's gonna save you months, even years of trial and error. So invest in yourself and you'll make more money long-term. The third lesson is having SOPs set up. Now, this is a big one. Standard operating procedures are literally the backbone of your business. Now, if you don't know what an SOP is, it's a step-by-step guide for how to do anything in your business. As an example, how to onboard a new client, including welcome emails, contracts, and even initial calls. How to create and schedule content each week, from idea generation to posting and analytics tracking. It's creating a guide walking through how you would do your weekly tasks, whether through Loom, a video recording, a PDF that you've built out, whatever you prefer. Once these SOPs exist, you can then pass these tasks off to your team members without needing to retrain them every single time. This is going to allow you to scale, delegate, and actually step away from the tasks that don't need your attention. So start by writing down the top 3 recurring tasks that you you do every single week, break each one into clear steps. Even if you don't have a team yet, create these SOPs anyways. It's gonna save you a mental energy and prepare you for future growth when you start building your team. And the fourth lesson is it's an effin' roller coaster. Here's the truth. Starting a business, let alone running one, is hard. It's a roller coaster. You're going to have days when you want to quit. You won't see results immediately, and income will take time because you're literally building a business and a community from scratch. So patience is key. I can guarantee no successful entrepreneur has had an easy path. And I want you to know it's okay when you're not seeing the results yet. It's okay when you're spiraling and doubting yourself. That is completely normal. I've had so many moments where I've wanted to throw in the towel and never look at my business again, where I was literally recreating my resume. I've had moments of spiraling, having mental breakdowns, depression, questioning if I even belonged in this entrepreneurial world. But every single time I pushed through that, those emotions, I came out way stronger. So the biggest piece of advice I can give you is when you are first starting off, to expect the roller coaster. So the 3 strategies I did for staying consistent when things felt hard were journaling, connecting with a mentor to talk me through it, and breaking my goals into micro goals rather than just focusing on the big goal, which can look very overwhelming. So when you hit a low point, use these strategies instead of quitting. Trust the process because it's never a straight line, and it will get easier because you'll learn to manage the emotions along the way once you've gone through them already, because they don't disappear the more successful you get. You just learn to manage them better. And lesson 5 is build a personal brand. And honestly, one of the most important things I wish I knew before launching my business was you need to build a personal brand. And I don't mean aesthetics or perfect content. I mean your voice, your story, your values, your perspective, your energy. Every successful business that you admire has built a strong personal brand and a community. Think about the massive names like Red Bull or Nike. People don't just buy the products, they buy into the culture, which is why if you look at their social media, they don't really show their products, they show their community and their values. They buy into the person behind the business. They buy into the values. They buy into the feeling that being in their world gives them. When I first started, I didn't really think about this. I thought I had to act super professional, like my business was the face, not me. But the more I showed up as myself, the more everything started to change. The more personal I got, the more my audience grew. The more honest I got, the stronger connection became with my community. And the more human I let myself be, the more my business started to scale. Because your audience wants to connect with a person, not a product or a logo. Anyone can do what you do, but no one has your story, your perspective, your humor, your journey, and that is why people connect and buy from you. When you build a personal brand, your audience doesn't just follow your business. They follow you through every season, every struggle, and every pivot. You can switch your offers, evolve your niche, try new things, and people will still stay because they are emotionally connected to you. Look at your favorite creators or mentors that you follow online. It's not their product that made you obsessed with them. It's who they are. It's how they make you feel. It's the culture that they've built through storytelling, consistency, and authenticity. So if I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be to start building a personal brand from day one. Even if you feel like no one's watching, start sharing your story and the journey of what you are building. Make people feel like they are a part of it and evolving with you. Let people see you, not the perfect version, not the curated version, the actual real you behind your business. Because the more connected people feel to you and the more they trust you, the stronger your brand becomes. At the end of the day, strategy does matter, but your personal brand is the glue that keeps people around. Now, if this has resonated with you, I want to hear from you in the comments. What's the one thing that you wish you knew before starting your business? Drop it below because maybe someone else will learn from your lesson. Then make sure that you hit the subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next video.